All right, let's dive into the world of self-defense, but we're gonna do it a little differently today. We're looking at what a bunch of first-time Kung Fu students, total beginners, said were the most surprising and, honestly, the most important lessons they learned. It's not what you think. So let me ask you, what do you think is the single most important skill in self-defense? I mean, your mind probably goes to a powerful punch, right? Or maybe some kind of lightning-fast kick. Well, according to these students, the real answer is something else entirely, and it's way more useful in your day-to-day life. You ready for it? The number one principle, the one that almost every single student mentioned, wasn't a physical move at all. It was a mindset. And it's this: the best fight is the one you never have. It sounds so simple, but when you really let that sink in, it changes everything. And one of the students, Riley B., just put it perfectly. The goal isn't to win a fight. The goal is to build the awareness and the skills to stop one from ever even starting. So, how do you actually do that?
Well, it really boils down to these really practical tips that the students kept bringing up. First, be aware. That means get your head out of your phone when you're walking around. Second, carry yourself with confidence. Another student, Sunetha, pointed out that just standing upright makes you look way less like a target. And this one is huge. Manage your distance. They were taught over and over to keep at least one leg length away from someone who might be a threat. It's such a simple rule, but it creates a powerful invisible barrier. But okay, let's be real. Avoidance doesn't always work. So what's the very next skill they learned? And again, it's not what you'd expect. It wasn't how to hit back. It was how to fall. And this is the foundation for everything else.
And the stakes couldn't be higher. One student, Decorah Yoon, talked about how a bad fall can lead to a concussion or worse. Learning to fall the right way isn't just a martial arts thing. It's a life skill. It's about protecting the most important thing you have, your head, and keeping some sense of control when things get chaotic. So, how do you do it? The students all described this clear 3-step technique. Step 1, and this is the most important part, tuck your chin to your chest. That keeps your head from slamming into the ground, non-negotiable. Step 2, you want to land on the fleshy parts of your body, so your hips, your butt. And then step 3, and this is the really cool part, you slap the ground hard with your palms. It's an amazing trick of physics. It disperses all that impact out through your arms, instead of letting it jolt up your spine or rattle your brain. Okay, so you've been pushed, but you've fallen safely. You're on the ground, now what? Well, the instructors boiled this incredibly complicated situation down to just 2 simple, super easy to remember rules. And in a moment of pure panic, that kind of simplicity is a lifesaver. Just 2, that's it. Everything comes down to these 2 rules. Let's break them down. Rule number 1, don't get hurt on the way down. We just covered that, that's your safe fall technique, check. Rule number 2 becomes your new mission. Get up as quickly as possible. As Riley pointed out, the ground is a terrible place to be in a fight, especially if there's more than one attacker. But, and this is a really important but, there's one big exception to that rule. You only get up if you are not compromised. And what does that mean? A student named Jonathan explained it really well. You're compromised if trying to get up just opens you up to more attacks and gives the other person a chance to just keep you down. So basically, trying to stand up at the wrong time is actually worse than staying on the ground. So if you can't get up, your job changes completely. It's not about escaping anymore, it's about survival. You get into a defensive guard, you always stay facing your opponent. As another student, Natalia, stressed, you never let them get behind you. And you use your feet to create space. The students talked about kicking at the person's shins, not to do serious damage, but just to keep them back, to buy yourself that precious time and space to eventually get up safely. All right, and that brings us to the final and maybe the biggest takeaway of all. The students started to realize that this training wasn't just about learning how to fight. It was really about building a stronger foundation for, well, everything. And this is where you see how it all connects. It's not just a collection of moves, it's a whole system. It's about having good form so your body structure makes you strong. It's about balance, which they learned through a stance called the diamond base. It's about breathing correctly so you don't gas out in 2 seconds. It's even about mindset, like understanding the balance of yin and yang and how you move. And at the end of the day, all of this just makes you healthier and gives you better control over your own body. And this is that aha moment. This quote from Sunetha just nails it. She realized she could hold up another person's entire weight, not through muscle, but just by using physics and proper form. That's where real power comes from. It's not about being the strongest person in the room, it's about being the smartest. It's about working smarter, not harder.
So we end up right back where we started. Looking at all this through the eyes of a beginner, you have to ask yourself, is the point of self-defense to learn how to win a fight? Or is it to learn the awareness, the control, and the health to build a life where you hope you never, ever need one? Based on what these beginners took away, the answer seems pretty clear. Something to think about, right?